A brand new season of It Figures returns next Tuesday, 2nd July. In the first episode, our host Brandon Fernandez attempts this Primary 5 math question from Learning Point, a mathematics enrichment center. Mr. Tong bought a television set, an oven and a toaster. The average cost of the oven and the toaster was $225 less than the average cost of the three items. The television set cost $980. How much did Mr. Tong pay for the three items altogether? How would you solve it? We ask our viewers on Facebook and on the streets. Here are some answers they came up with.
Okay, O plus T plus T equals 610 plus 980 159. I think algebra is the simplest solution. I think if secondary school we learn right, then might as well preempt them through primary school, then let them use algebra. It's simple with algebra.
It's very stressful. As in, there's a lot of different stats that they need to take.
It's wrong, 2490. No, it's wrong. Actually, it's algebra, I think. But I think I learned this in secondary school. Yeah, but I don't remember learning this in primary school.
Okay, I give up. I give up. Why is it so complicated? I wanted to use manipulation, like shifting the things around. Yeah, so but doesn't seem to work.
Many viewers used algebra to solve the question. But how would a Primary 5 student who has not learnt algebra tackle this question?
We know that the average for the oven and the toaster originally had a certain value, but we don't know what the value is. But when a third item was added, a TV set, the average suddenly increased. And we know that it increased by 225. So let's draw it down. 225, that's the oven. 225 for the toaster. And because it's the average, the TV set will also look like this. 225. So that's the new average. Now, to solve the question, we must understand that this 225 must come from somewhere. And where did it come from? The third item, the TV set. So let's return this 225 back to the TV set, and it will look like this. 225. And in the question, we know that the TV set actually cost 980. So, looking at this, we just use 980 minus 225 times 3, because there are three 225s here. We can get this value, which is the bar, which represents the original average of the oven and the toaster. And this works out to be 305. In the question, we will ask about what's the cost of all three items. So we just use 305 plus 225. You'll get this new average, and we just multiply by 3, and you get 1590, and that is the answer.
Wow. It seems legit. Even with the modern method, right? It's never that complicated before.
Yes, this is such a fast method, man.
Yes, this should be encouraged in secondary school.
Because of the algebra, that makes our secondary school student, our mind very complicated.
Yeah.
Then we cannot think of such simple model method, right?
I think it's okay to be at primary 5 level, just that I think it's really the concept. I think I forgot the concept, so I'm not able to do it.
So how do our Primary 5 students benefit by learning the model method?
The model method actually is very effective because for young children in primary schools, they can see better if a problem is presented in pictorial form, because the models use pictorial bars to show relationship between the different variables in the questions. But bearing in mind, in primary school syllabus, algebra is only taught at primary 6, because the intention is not for children to apply algebraic formulas to solve a question. Students who use algebra to solve questions, they might solve the question without understanding the relationship between the variables. So they may not be thinking when they are solving the question, they're just blindly applying a formula.
The model method is one of the reasons behind Singapore's success in nailing primary school mathematics. But what else makes our students top of the class in math? For the answer, catch the debut episode of It Figures Season 2, Tuesday, 2nd July at 8:30 p.m.